Hey everyone, Luke here. Now, before we get into the review, don't know why I did that then, thinking that there was a Mission Yozakura fan post. But anyway, what I was about to say then was that before we get into the review, I just gonna say Dr. Stone. I'm gonna be doing because there's no Shonen Jump next week, so on Sunday there's no Shonen Jump, so next week you'll get the chapter 2 and possibly maybe chapter 3 of the back catalogue of Dr. Stone. But also as well, this week I'm going to be doing a special video on what can we expect to see in the upcoming season 3 anime. Now when I say that, I mean like what chapters might get adapted in what episodes, or things that might actually get cut, or possible things that I'd like to see in season 3 when we actually do get to it. But for now, let's just talk about Mission Yozakura Family this week because Momo! Alright, so this will be chapter 141 titled Objectives. Obviously, find out exactly what Momo was actually planning to do. And yeah, I kind of called it like these whole bombs and everything. This was all like a big distraction for Momo to initiate the plan that he had in motion. So I kind of called that, but not in the way that I expected, because I expected like the bombs to be like somewhere else and already going off. But no. What he does is something far, far worse than that. So it starts off with Koichiro reiterating to Futaba like, "Oh, the package has been secured, and we got to get to a safe place. We got to get to a safe place." But before they can do all of that, we see like the bombs that Koichiro had gathered together just start to spell out and multiply everywhere, leaving both him and Kai like confused, like what the hell is going on here? Like we caught him and all of a sudden like just spouting out everywhere. So they're like, oh crap, we've got to go through all of this. We got to go through all of this again. And we see this not only happening with Koichiro and Kai, but just everyone around them. Like once they'd all securely gone together, like it was just like, okay, they're all together now. I can initiate the plan. This was all probably what Momo was planning. Like, oh, they're all together now. I can initiate the plan. Just starting multiplying them. And again, this is obviously to do like a big distraction. Like this is obviously distracting everyone, because while they're focusing on that, they're not really going to be paying attention to what Momo and what he is planning. And we see this affecting everyone. So we have them going like, what the heck are these things? And they're just too strong and where they come from. So like all different questions from everyone. Like they can't get heads or tails around these actual things that are in front of them. As we see Shuro and Futaba just looking over them, and we see the orphans that Rio Alex was looking after, and they're just like, oh, please help us, Alex, please help us, Master Rio, as they're all coming for it. So it's kind of a bit like zombie invaders actually, and I do not know what has happened here, because the app seems to have a mind of its own. So okay, yeah, I finally got it back up. I have no idea what was going on there. It seemed to just be like a white space, but I was like, no, there is actually something going on here. So we have the orphans just like begging Ryu to actually help them, but as Tayu goes to attack them, we see Shinzo and Futaba just going after them, almost like instant, like a click of the button, like almost as if they're like being drawn to them like a magnet. And Alex and Tayu and Shuru are the ones to notice. It's like, this is actually kind of odd of them, because it seemed like to them like they were just instant like, okay, we are drawn to them like a magnet, or like spiders to a fly, as we see them attacking them. And telling them, everyone to like, okay, get back, everyone, everyone just run, got it. And we cut back to Kai and Koichiro as they're just like discussing it. Koichiro's not saying anything, but he's more like thinking of things that are going on. And Kai's like, I was surprised by the numbers for a moment, but in that smaller size, they aren't that tough. And Koichiro's like, Yeah, this is something really, really odd here. Like something definitely is going on here as he thinks back on what Mo actually said, and they're essentially turned into bombs. I've set those all throughout the headquarters, and Creature like immediately turns his head and like, yeah, this was obviously a bluff. Like they all should have seen this coming. Like Momo was obviously doing this for a distraction for an even different objective, and he's thinking to himself like, yeah, Momo, my dad, obviously has a different objective here, as we see Momo coming in being creepy as possible. Like he literally just walls this in, just stands there and smiles like that, just has like the creepiest grin on his face, but just oh Momo, like seriously, Momo could give Shao Tucker a run for his money in terms of creepy, horrific, despicable dads. And as if it wasn't creepy enough, we have literally a speech board that just says grin, as if he's like, yeah, I know I'm creepy, but I'm gonna be doing it. I'm gonna be doing it anyway. Like seriously, Momo, how much more creepy can you get? But the thing that really catches my eye is that Shinzo is just there, like looking completely shocked, like dad. And yeah, that should have been kind of sus, that we should have all picked up. Like, yeah, something's going on here because the Yozakura siblings haven't really addressed Momo as dad before. They've always just called him Momo Yozakura or Momo, or because they don't count Momo as part of the family anymore, because they know just how despicable he is. So the fact that Shinzo is calling him dad, it should have got us all getting gears turning in our head. But even more so, the nature of Koichiro and Futaba's look to each other of just like confusion expressions. So like Futaba, I assume, is just more like, I don't know what's going on here. Can you help me, Koichiro? And Koichiro's like, Momo, you have not done what I think you've done. Like, that is probably what's going through both their minds at this moment. As Momo is just there, just being like, the Spy Association, it's been so long. I've got so many memories here, but now isn't the time to indulge in nostalgia. Like, Momo's just basically being one of those characters that could just waltz into anywhere and be like, yeah, I used to be the head of the Yozakura family. Like, oh, there's so much memories back here. Oh, but we can't have nostalgia now because I've got bigger plans to worry about. And he's saying like, come, let's go home. And Tayu was just like, home? Who is he saying this to? Because we all have a home to go to. He does not come to the Yozakura family mansion, so who is he actually saying this to? And Alex is the one who Alex just like gets really pissed off at Momo at this point. He's like, yeah, that flippant arrogance. You haven't changed at all. I'll be generous and give you a chance to atone for what you did to Ri and your kids. So yeah, as much as Alex was giving Koichiro room for his money and being creepy, at least even he knows just how much of a threat Momo is, and also how despicable he is, like what he did, and how he needs to pay because of the trauma that he put everyone through in his family, and the acts he did by joining Tampopo as well. Probably Alex was probably made aware of that, so he's just like, yeah, you need to pay for what you did, Momo, so I'm going to be the generous one and make you pay. And Tayo's just like, yeah, I'm not going to argue with a guy like Alex. We got Momo here right now. We need to apprehend him. We need to take him down. So it's now or never. Now's our chance. And they go to attack him, but Momo, again, like, Momo doesn't even, like, is not even like phased about these two powerhouses coming at him, because we know how strong Tayo is at this point. We know how strong Alex is. And Momo is just there, hands together, just be like, yeah, come after me. Yeah, you can try and come after me, but I have a trick up my sleeve. And sure enough, that trick up his sleeve is Shinzo, as we see him come to block. And I think he crushes Alex's hand here. Like, I don't know what, I don't know how powerful it is, but like, we know Shinzo is pretty strong physically himself, so he could probably crush Tayu and Alex's hands if he showed chose. And I'm just like, crap, Momo, you had to do this to Shinzo. Like, I know several of the members in the Control Chaos Discord were just like, no, you do not mess about with Shinzo. Because they're just big fans of Shinzo, so it's like to see him being controlled like this and being made to fight Tayu and Alex. They're just like, no, you can't be doing that. And they're both just like, what is going on here? Like, they're just like going after Momo, and then all of a sudden Shinzo in front of them, like just blocking them, and just like, what are you doing, Shinzo? And Momo, oh my god, just the creepy smiles of Momo. It's just like, I've won because this is part of what the plan I had. And Shinzo is just like almost sort of like robotic if you really look at it. It's like, stop, both of you. My dad just came to get me. That's all. There's no need to fight. He's more. We know that Momo, but from the way he looks as well, it looks like more like he's petrified as well of Momo, or just more like zombified or robotic. Like very different ways that you can actually interpret what Shinzo is actually thinking here. And Tayo's just like, is this for real? Like, Tayo's just going through those stages of like disbelief, then anguish, then like, what is going on here? Like, Shinzo, are you actually okay? And then as Tayo is just relaying from the shock here, we see Shinzo just being like shaking of him, like, I don't want to fight either of you, but if you try to attack my dad, I'll make you pay. As we see like just his hair just sprouting into black, into black all over, and just seeing like on his cheeks just like these roots almost growing, almost as if he's under some kind of mind control from a tree. And who is a tree in this series? Sabumi. So maybe Sabumi is actually involved in this, or maybe this is just part of Momo's power, part of his blooming, like some sort of like mind control hypnosis that can be used on any member of the Yozakura family if he really wanted to, and if they allow themselves to give themselves over to Momo. Maybe that's something that could work, as we see it not just affecting Shinzo, but also affecting Futaba as well. Not sure why it's not affecting Koichiro. That's something that I really want to know. Like, why isn't it affecting Koichiro? But we see that Futaba's hair has also turned completely back, as we have Koichiro just question of like Futaba, or it's either Koichiro or Shua saying like, Futaba, what are you saying? And Futaba's just like, oh come on, it's not that complicated. You all want to kill my dad, right? I won't let you. I'll protect it. Okay, so it was Shua saying this, like, which is just like bamboozling everyone, because like, wait a minute, you guys were so adamant of taking out Momo and making sure that he paid for everything they did, and now you're all of a sudden protecting him and not wanting to die. Like, everyone except for Koichiro is just trying to make heads or tails out of this. Even Kai seems like completely lost of like, wait, what is actually going on here? Is it like mind control, or is it something completely different? And Koichiro's just like, now I see. This was his objective. And then Tai was just like trying to get through to them, just being like, Futaba, Shinzo, what has gone into this? Is not like you. This was not like you about 5 hours ago, or even 5 minutes ago. 5 minutes ago, you were adamant of the plan of to bring Momo in and give us 3 days to bring him in. But I feel like with Momo having Shinzo and Futaba under his control, this will probably like elevate people to be like, yeah, if this guy can take control of the members of the most powerful family in the spy world, then how are we ever going to trust them? Like, that's probably going to be like the thing that actually gives the catalyst to the spy associate just not want to do anything with the Yozakura family after all this incident. Although it might be a case of like, okay, yeah, we can't take on Futaba and Shinzo in this condition. Well, Koichiro probably could do, but yeah, I think we do need some help here from some other associates. And what if Momo gets Shion or gets Keigo or even gets Nano, and then is able to like manipulate Ai as well because of the fact that he was like, well, friends. Don't really know the relationship between Ai's Guardian and Ai's Guardian when he was at Tampopo. So yeah, maybe he might be able to manipulate Ai into joining his side because he might make some bullcrap promise of resurrecting her original Guardian or something like that. Like, which if that happens, like, oh, Momo, like, it's just one of those characters that you're just like, Momo. But as Ty was just like just trying to get through to him, Koichi's just like, yeah, don't bother Tayo. Just a few minutes ago in the library, we saw how he could control others. He has that power. He's found some method to twist their hearts. That's most likely what's going on here. So basically, he's gone into their mind and possibly body and being like, oh, you think you're gonna turn on me? Well, I'm just gonna twist your heart so that it goes more into my side. Maybe it's like a balance power, like brooming his balance, and to kind of even out the playing field. Like, just so many things here that we need explanation of. Like I keep saying, people thinking that Mission Yozakura Family is going to be ending, but no, this is something else that we need an explanation on after all of this. So yeah, Koichi goes on to say that, oh, I don't know the details, but blowing up the Spy Association was never his goal. So yeah, pretty much called it like, yeah, this was obviously a trap. Like, this was an obvious trap by Momo. There was no way this was actually going to go as easy as it was going. Like, there was more layers on top of this. So Momo was probably just like, oh, I'm going to set a trap for them. Like, by saying that there are bombs underneath the Spy Association, because it's going to get all the gold rank spies, including Shinso and Futsubird, to come in here. So now, once they're in here, I can finally set my real plan into motion, which is to get them under my control, which was obviously what he was able to do in this chapter. And it was them two from the start, but not really sure why it's just them two and not Koichi. I guess maybe because Futsubird has the kinetic energy and Shinso is a master with weaponry. It might be the case of like he wants to create a kinetical energy weapon or something like that. I don't know, but again, makes me curious of like why it's them two first and not Koichi. Although I guess maybe because Koichi just can't be controlled. I guess that's probably something we can go off here. But Momo, again, just crying. Like, his crying is even creepy as well. Right? It's like, finally. Like, just, oh, Momo, you are so despicable, but I love you as a villain. And Tayo is, again, just, like, really bad. He's still trying to make heads and tails like this. Like, this is something he never thought he would see before. And it makes me wonder, like, is he thinking about Mutsumi in this chapter? Like, he's thinking about Mutsumi of just how, if Momo could take control of Shinso and Futsubird, who's to say he can't take control of everyone that's been leaving them, so including Mutsumi, so that she turns against Tayo. That is probably what's going through his mind right now. But Alex is more like, no panicking, Tayo. Like, how can you not be panicking right in this moment, Alex? Before he says, brainwashing, mind control. Spies have dozens of ways to play others like puppets. So maybe he's like using it as like strings, like puppetry, kind of like Puppet Mon, or kind of like Hisoku from Hunter x Hunter, something like that, or Doflamingo from One Piece, where Doflamingo has a string fruit, so he's able to manipulate others with strings. That's, or maybe I've just thought about something. Oh, what if Momo has the power of blood bending from Avatar, but it's like heart bending, like you're able to twist someone's heart so that they're under your control, or twist their mind. So like he has like a twisted heart, like or like a manipulation power. Like that's probably his blooming manipulation. And he's able to twist the heart of someone so that they're loyal to you, or twist the mind of someone so that they feel depression or feel happiness, depending on what you think. That would be that would be so sick. Like, oh my god, Momo is a bloodbender pretty much, and it would basically mean that he has the powers of a devil. That would be something that I could honestly get behind. I don't know what you guys think, like whether this is actually Momo's blooming or it's something completely different from what we've seen from his abilities already. But Kiricho goes on to say, like, after Alex says, but there is always a way to break it. Ah, precisely. First it was apprehending Momo, now it's rescuing our siblings. One more objective was added to our mission. As you are all aware, our siblings are powerful. Even one mistake can be fatal. So it's nice that Kiricho is actually acknowledging, like, yeah, even though I am the strongest Yozakura in my family, there is no way. I think Kiricho is thinking, like, yeah, even though I am the strongest member of the Yozakura family, both of them working together like this, yeah, I wouldn't stand a chance. I wouldn't stand a chance myself. That and he was probably going easy on. He was probably going easy on them in the first chapter where he just like disarmed them all. But I feel like at full power, Futaba and Shinzo could very well easily take down Kiricho if they're working together. Like we saw, we know how powerful they are. Like Kiricho even acknowledges that, yeah, they're all powerful. So even one mistake throughout all of this can be fatal to all of us, so we've got to tread carefully when dealing with them. And if we're going to rescue Futaba and Shinzo, we all have to give it our all. So, like, yeah, he's basically saying, Kiricho's basically saying there, like, look, my siblings are powerful. Next to me, they are the strongest because they are the gold rank spies. So I acknowledge that they're powerful. I could probably take them on, but at the same time, they're working together, and with different various strategies, they might be able to defeat me. And might be able to come up with something that even I'm unaware of. And I know that one fatal mistake from these two, and it's game over for all of us. So we can't be holding back here. We have to go out. Even if there are siblings tied, we have to go out and we have to get them back under our control so that they're no longer in Momo's possession. So that's where the chapter ends. So not really much to talk about with this chapter. It's just basically a setup for what's going to possibly be a Shinzo and Futaba versus the gold ranks fight, or possibly going after Momo, like focusing like, okay, yeah, we've got to focus on these two, but at the same time, yeah, I'm going to go all out on them, but at the same time, we've also got to focus on Momo. Like, if we could take out the source, then maybe we might have a chance of getting them back under our control. If we can actually get him to escape, maybe there's a chance we can relieve them from his control. But even then, that might not even be the case, and he might actually take them with them. He might actually kidnap Shinzo and Futaba, and it might actually be like, okay, we've got to get them back before Momo uses their abilities to create something that when they come back to us, they might honestly regret and might actually go into a depressive state about. So yeah, not really much to talk about with this chapter, but really just like so many theories about, like, is this Momo's blooming or is it something completely different? And also just really excited because I can finally do that again if it's Shinzo and Tayo going against each other, like, my brother, tell me, what are we fighting for? Like, that would be hilarious if that happened. But yeah, so that was the end of the chapter, and like I said, look forward to the Dr. Stone videos that are coming out, because as of now, Machino's co-family is on break, so it's no chapter this week, but chapter the week after. So honestly, look forward to that, and it'll give us more time to have theories about what is actually going on here. But anyway, what did you guys think of this chapter? Let me know. Like, subscribe, comment, all that jazz. And this will be Lasherluke signing off. Later, guys.